So when it comes to optional essay, like I mentioned before this, like, the name itself is an optional essay. So is it really necessary to attempt it? Like, is it really necessary to have to write something as a response to the optional essay?
No, absolutely not. So see, the word optional means it's English. It's absolutely what the Oxford Dictionary says. Optional is something which you can opt in or opt out of, right? So optional essay is something which is not mandatory for people to respond to, right? Unlike the other essays where people have to necessarily write responses as part of their submission. But optional essay is something which is not. However, if there is something in your application which you have not been able to cover through the other sections of the application, something about your profile which you have not been able to cover in the other sections of your application. And when I say other sections, it includes your essays, your letter of recommendations, your application form, and CV, right? If there's something which you have not been able to cover, then you should definitely use an optional essay. And the second thing is you use the optional essay to justify a few things which might seem as red flags in your profile. And of course, during the course of the discussion today, I'll talk about some of these red flags. But yeah, you should only attempt the optional essay only if you feel there is substantial which is not being covered in the rest of your application. Otherwise, you should not like overlap information which has already been covered somewhere else.
Yeah. Okay.